Or we found you.
Wow. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
We're excited! We're excited! We're excited!
Shh. To talk about dementia.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Dangle
And I'm Dot, and together we dare
to do dementia differently.
And we want you to come along with that idea of how we can reframe, relive well.
A diagnosis of Alzheimer's or dementia or cognitive changes.
And care for that. While caring for yourself. How about that idea?
This is all about adopting a positive approach.
Yes. And not overlooking that it's easy.
Not always happy, not always easy, not always wanting to do it, right?
Yeah.
You didn't raise your hand.
Yeah, yes. And so Nancy, let's remind everybody, you've been living well with a diagnosis of?
Well, early onset Alzheimer's for the first 4 years, and then they took further testing and newer testing, and they call it mild cognitive impairment. And so I've been bubbling along at the same sort of rate now, going on 13 years.
Yeah, total. And a lot of well-lived life.
Yes, imagine if I had given up. Imagine if I had just sat down, held my hand out, and let them give me the pill.
Oh, we'll talk about those pills some other time, or not.
Or not, yeah.
Yeah, Nancy has chosen not to take medication. She did go another way.
I don't say never, I just say not now, and so it's worked out.
And on the Dot side, Kat Hartley, I have, in the course of my lifetime, lost 8 family members and recently cared for 2 solo by myself in my home. I have experience working at the FDA and working for the Cleveland Clinic, trained pharmacist, and we are wrapping together our lived experience.
We are.
Bring you a new shade of dementia.
Yeah, a new approach.
New approach.
Changing, rearranging the narrative, which is a tragedy filled, into something that is manageable.
Yes, and can have moments of joy, moments of humor, moments of, I found love that you didn't even realize that you had.
I know.
And what looks like a rubble, but the real essence of life.
Yes.
You can find it.
Yes.
In this dementia journey. So this one, today we're going to say, how can we adopt a positive, creative approach to a diagnosis and caretaking?
I think that we don't get lost and we don't ingest the diagnosis. I think that we look at it, we dissect it, we stop, look, listen.
Yes.
Find a support group. There's so many more today, even in the 13 years. And then, when my dad was diagnosed, wow, there was really nothing back in the day.
So part of your positive approach, or your ability to have a say in your positive approach, though, was that early diagnosis.
It was.
Yes.
And wonderful doctor.
And a great doctor that saw you as a partnership and listened to you.
Yes, it wasn't a doctor that was, not that medication wasn't approached, but he pretty much knew from me my stand on that. And so when something new came out, he mentioned it, but we both agreed that wasn't what we needed to do.
And so one of the other big tips, I think, about keeping a positive approach is not knowing that you are not your diagnosis. Not getting labeled.
Hallelujah.
That you are way more than this label. And as you experience it, even changed. And you always say, well, I didn't change, but they changed the label that was put on me.
They changed the label, right. And then you think, oh my goodness, it's a burden to have a label.
Yes. And then from the family side, suddenly everybody shifts when somebody is labeled with something.
Right.
And that is have to be very aware
Not
of
to buy
that.
in.
I think from my experience, just now having a little more pragmatic, okay, we've got somebody with some brain changes going on. So what does that mean on our side? There is a sense of a little loss and grief or acceptance that needs to come about.
I'd be careful with the word little.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
Right.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
saying maybe in micro steps.
Yes. You know, when you know what you've done, if you've been the person, and I was the person that people went to and got an answer, and so they came to me for answers and all of that, and suddenly when they started coming and I couldn't support that, I really felt at a loss. I mean, I really thought, wow, is this really happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
And when you start questioning yourself and then someone points something out, I would say it's not little on this side, and it certainly is probably done with all love and care from the caregiver side. What we're really trying to do is come to the middle.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I'm sometimes, though, I feel like in the caretaking, a positive approach comes from accepting or not accepting a diagnosis so well on this side, and or seeing it as a much bigger problem already.
Yes.
Than it is.
Well, and what would one think when they hear at the doctor's office, you know?
Right, you have Alzheimer's disease, and there's a lot of, oh my goodness, about what is a prescribed narrative of what is going to happen.
So my experience right out of the box was I went to find out more about it, and it was a conference, and it was the Alzheimer's Association educational conference, and the vendors had tables all around the room, and I said, you know, I was a novice, I didn't know what I was saying. You know, I've been diagnosed, this is the diagnosis, and you know, and we'd chatter, and they would look at one another on a couple of the tables and they'd say, my, she's high functioning. I went home that day and I said to my kids, what is high functioning? So titles
really don't serve.
They don't serve very well.
They don't serve us well. So how can we get to a more human approach with each other or to ourselves in this space? I would say to you, caregiver, pamper yourself as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Because it is a lot of what they call ambiguous or anticipatory loss. You're grieving before there's something necessarily to grieve. Sometimes there's a sense of loss. And so we need to be really kind to ourselves and compassionate so that you are better able to, you know, be a care partner that serves in the present moment, not in all the way down 10 years from now. Right. In fear.
Right. And some people see it real soon, and some people, like my family, you know, notice it, but it hasn't been, you know, so that they're not having to care for me in the full sense of the word that you've experienced for yourself. Right. And so there's so variation. So when you got to get to talking and you're talking to one another or you're listening to someone talk, all you can do is pick and choose what's pertinent to your situation.
Yeah, because there's for sure like
there's going to be somebody that's going to make it a lot worse.
Well, and every care dynamic is different. Everybody's journey with dementias are different. So there's no two people or situations that are the same. But so we like to talk in some overall approaches, though, that can make it
easier.
easier and then help you learn something about you, I
Yeah.
have found in the process. So
Yes.
one of the creative things that you came across was your poetry.
Mhm.
That was the new beginning
That was a new beginning.
from this
I
diagnosis.
just started waking up in the middle of the night between 3 and 5 a.m. And those words were coming right down. And I've tried to figure out, how did I have a yellow tablet by my bed that particular morning? Because I've had one by my bed ever since. But those words were coming down, and I was just writing and writing and writing and writing, and words that I would normally not even. I knew the words, but obviously, but I wouldn't have thought of them. And then I would hone it up a little bit, and it said just exactly how I felt.
Yes. And so that you can buy her books
Yeah,
on
you
our
can.
website on dangle.com.
Yes,
She wrote 3. Okay. So yeah, you get a diagnosis, you have poetry coming down, she puts it in, and she managed to have the umph to self-publish 3 books,
Right.
go around and market them.
yes,
This
yes.
too can happen after a
Yes.
diagnosis.
Now that wouldn't have happened, right? We wouldn't have met probably.
Right.
And I think that's what you got. That's what we've glommed onto, is the fact that, you know what? Let's look and pick out the good stuff that's happening today.
Yes. Yes. So also, I think we found in our journeys that there's stuff you're going to have to let go. And then if you can, we laugh about
We
those
do.
things that we
We
have
do.
to let go. Sometimes, like, perfectionism doesn't work well.
Yeah. Let that go.
Let that go. Like that thing you always, like a super tidy house.
Oh, boy.
Might not happen anymore.
Yeah.
A holiday, big
Dinner.
events and
Yeah.
dinners. We
Mhm.
might have to pick what was the most special parts about that and recraft family gatherings.
Right.
It is going to be a sea of change. And so how can you embrace best the change?
Well, I think because you have to.
Otherwise, it becomes real gritty, or you'll find out through trial and error.
Yeah, that it just simply doesn't work. I think, when you go on an exploration of finding out about what the word means, the different types of dementia, Alzheimer's, even if it's just aging, right, and just regular cognitive decline, to be aware, to learn, to not be afraid of that part of it, because that's the part that makes it more pliable for you, more you can live more like you did before all this came to you.
Right. Or, as we said, we can be curious to see it as a new beginning, just like you created a new beginning.
Right.
As I did, from caregiving to reframe it and to create new ways. And now we have so many groups that you can explore art, you can explore music, you can be in choirs, dancing. There's a ton. I mean, you could keep your calendar stacked.
That you can.
And it's fun.
And there's lots of online too, that if you want a quiet community, there's those options.
And we have in our book, Dare to Do Dementia Differently, we have some organizations we feel like have done a wonderful job.
We list those
at recrafting that. And Cleveland Clinic, Nevada, has some wonderful things you can do together that incorporate creativity and art, also, and having some music involved. This can change, I think,
for the maybe not for the better, but for the better. I mean, we have to become a partner in our own health, don't we? I mean, that sounds so simple, and it's not. You must look at it and dissect it and say to yourself, what can I do that makes this better? Not, oh dear, there's nothing I can do. Nobody wants this, right?
Yes, and then a little harder on the caregiver side, that there are people who have dementia or they're having cognitive changes that are not aware. right? And they might not be able to bring that awareness that
True.
you're able to say, I've got
Yeah.
to self-motivate to go do that.
Right.
And so
Oh,
then that's
yes.
when
Yes.
I think there's so many great programs for people who are maybe further along, using art to express themselves, using music to bring that more human part of us
Yes.
that's naturally inside. Music is stored in multiple regions of the brain, and that's why it's so preserved.
Yeah, you just feel better.
Yeah,
You
it does
just
change
feel
your
better.
mood.
It does. You
I
just
don't
start
know
to
if you've
feel-
seen some of the amazing videos of people who are at end stage Alzheimer's disease, a ballerina, or that there's that very famous one where she comes to life,
Yes.
from music. So this is a great thing to try.
Just to turn on and see what that does and how that affects your loved one.
All right. And right now we are going to go have a break and hear from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dangle.
And I'm Dot, and together we're daring to do dementia differently. And we want you to come along with us on our mission to bring more hope, brightness, and light around
Yes.
a tough subject.
Brighten up.
So how can you
Heighten up.
support us? We do have a book, an ebook at the moment called Dare to Do Dementia Differently. You can find that on Amazon as well as on our website. And another thing we enjoy is coffee.
We like coffee.
And so you're able to buy us a coffee in support of our mission. And we have the QR code here called Buy Us a Coffee. We
That's
also, I know, and you can buy two. And the proceeds will go to us to help us further our mission.
So that we can help more people help
to
themselves.
feel like they can do it.
Yes.
Yes,
And I think you just need to hear that.
yes. So thank you for your support.
Thank you.
If you want attention, you need more than an ad. You need a presence. Welcome to WWDBTV, your internet streaming TV station built for business and people. We create high-impact commercials and video podcasts with pro production. Then we help distribute your show where audiences already watch and listen. Your brand, your story. Broadcast ready. On streaming, on social, and beyond. Ready to be seen? Visit WWDBTV.com and book your production today.
Oh, wow, we missed you.
Welcome back.
Yes. And today we are adopting a positive, creative approach to this scenario
Yes.
of living with dementia and cognitive change and trying to be a care partner.
Feel what works best.
Yeah, and we mentioned earlier that one of the core things is to be kind to yourself
Oh my
on
gosh.
both sides.
It's not easy for either side.
Yeah. So Nancy, what are ways that you feel like help you take care of your own self?
Well, I have a cute little lollipop,
A dog.
a dog.
She spoils this dog. How about you? Does
Yeah,
anybody
do you
have
spoil?
a dog?
Yeah, do you spoil your dog? I take her out for a walk. We go about 0.6 miles every day, which isn't much, but it gets us out. And then I will walk with a person after that to get the exercise. So, but it is lovely out right now. It is.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
And so those things kind of help you pamper yourself
They do.
and make you feel better.
They do.
I know the pets are always considered brain health coaches.
Yes,
Because they make you get up.
they do. They make you feel guilty if you don't get up.
Yeah, they'll look at you with the eyes.
They're beautiful eyes.
They'll do
Yeah.
something on the carpet.
Yes.
You got to go clean up
Yes.
and move.
I have another thing that I do, and everybody laughs at me, but I hug trees.
We have that in common.
Yeah, the energy from a tree or a green bush or maybe even a rose. Be careful of the stickers. But it just to go out in the backyard and
Connect to nature.
take your shoes off,
Garden is a big thing for you.
Gardening is a big thing for me.
I found for caretaking, one of the ways that I could stay in a positive mode was to go out and weed. I love weeding and deadheading. It just felt like it was clearing off what no longer was needed.
Right.
Yeah, and that chokes off what needs to grow.
And you can see the benefit of what you're doing.
Yeah, and then later on.
Yeah, and you go in and you think, wow, that really looks
and
good.
I think that's a great metaphor for caretaking.
Yes.
What can you, no longer, you just need to let go some of the things that you were always doing.
Yes.
It's asking your loved one, the situation's going to ask you to let go of some things. And also, again, to continue to pamper yourself, nourish your body and your own soul.
I know something you like to do is to get in the bathtub and soak.
Oh my goodness. Yes, like just I was at a point where I could not leave my house without hiring somebody to come in. And so I had created a Sunday night spa for me.
Yeah.
And I got to say, it was so nourishing. It really made me relax and feel spoiled, and to be able to do it under the roof that you're caregiving, and I could have that response. It's so healthy.
Yes. And even if you're in a community and you can walk to the little parks that they have inside the community, if you're in that kind of a living situation, it gets you outside and in the air. And
so that's getting our body ready for more positivity.
Yes.
Right? It's getting our body and maybe our heart and soul ready for more connection, real connection.
Right. And we also like meditations, and so we pick and choose.
Yes. This has saved my life.
And she'll say, I got this one for you.
And then I send them to her. Because sometimes, again, if we can find ourselves to a centered place, then we can become creative and caretaking. Then we can realize there's other possibilities, there's other things that will help you. And reaching out to other organizations and finding the others is very important for this creative approach. One of our favorite organizations, or they're not even an organization, it's a worldwide effort to reimagine dementia. It's a coalition for justice.
And boy, I'm telling you, when they came into my life, I was pretty local, right? And then I got the feeling of, wow, they're in many nations.
Yes, you have people reaching out from Australia, Africa, and then we met up with people in the UK.
That's right.
And then the community
has broadened so much, and you get to, if you get to be as involved as you want to be, and it is a wonderful organization. Look it up.
So Reimagining Dementia Coalition for Justice, and we are hats off to Mary Fridley for organizing the whole world around.
She's a wonder.
Just a real dynamo in the space.
Yes, doing wonderful things.
Yeah, reaching out to those organizations that are looking for creative ways to communicate, to use music, art, dance. When words might start going, right?
Yes.
It's just such I feel like we're so blessed in this time.
I think so too. I think that it's an opportunity around us, but we have to open up in order and bloom a little in order to appreciate it.
Again, getting positive in your own self, nourishing your own self, then you'll start seeing, oh, there's an organization that I do need, right? That is going to help me. There is an activity here
that might help
bring some joy.
Right.
Yeah, and bring connection without talking.
Yeah.
Without the fear and the contraction that happens so much. Yeah. Well, my dear,
is it that time?
I think so. So if you've enjoyed this today, or you really want to deep dive into some resources that we think will help you, we think our book is a good living document.
Right.
Yeah, that
it's an ebook called Daring to Do Dementia,
Dementia
Differently.
Differently. You can get it as an ebook on Amazon. It's also available on our website, dangle.com. We hope, I think for the cost, we poured in what we would do right away.
So from two sides, and it's not normally.
And that's the
a difference.
uniqueness
Yes.
is going back and forth on the two sides, and
Yes.
creative approaches, more heart-centered, person-centered. And then if you'd love to support our mission, and we're
Help
on
us
a
with
mission.
that cup of coffee.
Yeah, with that cup of coffee, you can buy us a cup of coffee. You can buy two, one for her, one for me.
Yeah, there you go.
So we can keep on going.
Yeah,
So thank you so much.
for coming this afternoon.
And, we love everyone sharing. We think we've learned so much from people living with dementia. So also for you, if you have an approach that is positive and creative, please put it down in the comments.
And
We read them all.
we do. We read them all. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes. And all right. We're going to all dare to do dementia differently.
Lee.
All right. See you later.
Bye now.